In One Piece, the battle against Kaido in Wano arc has become more severe, forcing Luffy to develop new power-ups that are critical in combating Kaido. Luffy ended up awakening his Devil Fruit, which turned out to be a mythical zone Devil Fruit based on a legendary character, giving him a new form and set of skills in an unexpected turn of events. Fans get exhilarated in the aftermath of the fight as both characters knock themselves out after unleashing their strongest attacks at the end of chapter 1049. While Devil Fruits are already rare by themselves, those who can awaken them and use them to their full potential are even rarer, as it depends on how skilled and trained the user is on their Devil Fruit. Here are 30 characters who have awakened their Devil Fruit powers. For several years, One Piece fans wondered how Luffy could defeat Kaido and Wano Country. This question was answered with his Devil Fruit awakening. It turns out that the Gomu Gomu no Mi was secretly a mythical zone fruit. However, it also has the properties of a paramecia. During his fight with Kaido, Luffy had the ability to make everything around him rubber, including living and non-living organisms. The Five Elders believe this is the most ridiculous power in the world. Luffy is limited only by his imagination, so he can alter his body any way he likes. For instance, he can suddenly become muscular without blowing air into his arms. Another worst generation pirate is the captain of the Heart Pirates from North Blue. He is a user of the Paramecia class HYPEKAGE fruit, widely known as the ultimate Devil Fruit, because of his capacity to grant immortality to another person in exchange for the user's own life. Law got the power to apply space-altering qualities to any item after awakening through the usage of special rooms, which do not require Law to be inside the working field to conduct techniques, unlike regular rooms. With it, he can perform internal shock waves that result in internal hemorrhage, and it can even entirely silence a person, as he shows when he uses both techniques on Big Mom. One of the worst generation pirates, Eustace Kid, is the captain of the Kid Pirates and a notorious pirate from South Blue. His group committed a large number of civilian deaths as pirates, earning him a bigger bounty than Luffy during the Sabaody Archipelago arc. He is a user of the Paramecia class Magnet Fruit. Kid's Devil Fruit awakening enables him to put magnetism on items and people other than his own body, as evidenced by the fact that he attracted and injured Big Mom's highly tough body with all the surrounding metal. He hasn't fully mastered his awakened abilities, however, and using them has taken a toll on his stamina. After the death of his previous owner, Linlin somehow acquired the powers of the Soru no Mi, a Paramecia-type Devil Fruit that allows her to manifest people's souls as an ethereal substance that she can grab hold of. So long as the intended victim feels fear, she can then steal the soul from the victim, taking away their lifespan by an amount of her choosing. Recently, we have seen some techniques that could prove to be the result of Soru no Mi awakening. While souls cannot be infused into living beings, the user themselves appears to be an exception to a certain extent. It is possible for one to sacrifice a portion of their own lifespan in exchange for extra power and size, with the amount of strength gained being dependent on the strength of the soul. In addition, the user can turn their individual body parts into homies themselves, allowing said parts to act independently of the user's own normal bodily functions. Big Mom, for example, can give life to her own skeleton and order it to restructure itself in case of broken bones, thus providing a unique form of self-healing. Kaido ate the Fish Fruit model Azure Dragon, a mythical zone-type Devil Fruit that allows him to transform into a full serpentine Azure Dragon and a human-dragon hybrid at will. By breathing flames in the shape of a dragon around his body, Kaido can coat himself in a layer of heat so intense that it can instantly melt substances that come in contact with it, such as stone, discouraging physical attacks. While not explicitly stated, it is very likely that Kaido showed his awakening form during his fight with Luffy, as noted by many. Yamato is the daughter of Kaido, who was introduced in the One Piece Wano Country arc. Yamato has the power of the Dog Fruit Devil Fruit, model 𝐋𝐢𝐜𝐞𝐧𝐬𝐞, which is a mythical zone-type Devil Fruit. The awakening of Yamato's Devil Fruit is also similar to Luffy's and Lucci's, which are both surrounded by smoke. One of the former 7 warlords of the seas and an ex-celestial dragon, Doflamingo is among the most powerful villains who managed to overthrow an entire kingdom and even threaten celestial dragons. He is the user of the versatile Paramecia class Strength Fruit, which can produce string clones, and even cut an entire meteorite. Doflamingo can transform the surroundings, such as the earth and structures, into strings, which he may employ for powerful attacks and protection when he uses his awakening. He can even create an unbreakable and unstoppable enormous bird cage out of threads, which can destroy and lock a whole kingdom, and even an admiral and thousands of strong people could not destroy it, and can only slow it down for a moment at best. Charlotte Katakuri is the most powerful of the sweet commanders in Big Mom Pirates. Uses the Paramecia class Mochi Mochi fruit. While it is officially a Paramecia class, he can use his advanced observation haki to alter his body to avoid any type of attack, just like a Logia devil fruit, including ones imbued with armament haki, making it a unique devil fruit. Katakuri can turn inorganic stuff into mochi as an awakened devil fruit user, scattering the sticky material around to increase his extremely long range of attacks and ensnare his enemies. He can also make mochi fists, transform walls into mochi, and collapse it on opponents, and his speed can grow so high that his friction generates fire. Rob Lucci ate the 𝐋𝐢𝐜𝐞𝐧𝐬𝐞 no Mi model leopard is a Zoan-type devil fruit that allows him to transform into a leopard hybrid and a full leopard abwol, making the user a leopard human. By using 𝐋𝐢𝐜𝐜𝐬𝐞, Lucci can transform his bulky hybrid body into a more slender form. This smaller body greatly increases his speed, but at the cost of decreasing his zone-enhanced strength. Lucci has also achieved Devil Fruit Awakening, letting him assume a new, much more powerful hybrid form, which greatly enhances his physical strength, speed, as well as his recovery rate. Unlike most awakened Zoans, Lucci's personality was not overtaken by the animal nature of the devil fruit. Kaku ate the 𝐋𝐢𝐜𝐜𝐞𝐧𝐬𝐞 no Mi model giraffe, a Zoan-type devil fruit which allows him to transform into a giraffe-human hybrid and a full giraffe at will. Upon awakening, Kaku's human beast form undergoes a physical transformation where their size increases, their body becomes slimmer, their already long neck becomes longer, and dark flame forms a mane down the user's back, arms, neck, and chin, plus a stream of floating dark flame wraps around the user's shoulders. Unique among Zoan fruits, most notable animal-based ones. According to Shaka, this awakening should have taken control of the user's personality, but Kaku maintained his. Sakazuki possesses the Magu no Mi, a Logia-class devil fruit which grants him the ability to transform his body into magma and manipulate it at will, as well as produce near-limitless amounts of it. As a Logia, Sakazuki can let physical attacks pass through him without injury, and can only be wounded with the use of haki, sea stone, being caught off guard, and his elemental weakness. During the decisive 10-day battle on Punk Hazard for the position of Fleet Admiral, Akainu showed the furious power of his devil fruit as he changed the weather of one side of Punk Hazard and left it in a blaze. Since he was able to change the environment into magma and lava, we can assume that Akainu has awakened his devil fruit. Kuzan has the powers of the Ice Fruit, a Logia devil fruit that allows him to control, create, and become ice. In battle, he uses his ice powers to disable and immobilize enemies, freezing their bodies solid just by touching them, and threatening to shatter their fragile forms. Like other Logia users, he is capable of breaking himself into his particular element to avoid damage from most physical attacks. This fruit is so powerful that his usage of it during his 10-day battle with Akainu permanently changed the weather on one side of Punk Hazard, turning that side into a frozen wasteland. This may be a hint that he has awakened his devil fruit. An Admiral of the Navy, Kizaru is one of the strongest people in the world of One Piece. He possesses the powers of the Logia-type 𝐻YPEKAGE no Mi, which allows him to become light itself and control it freely. He can fire laser beams at will, cause powerful explosions with his kicks, and move at the speed of light. Kizaru's powers were most likely awakened, seeing that he's extremely reliant on his fruit. Being a Logia, his awakening would allow him to affect his immediate surroundings and turn things into light. Aramaki ate the Mori no Mi, a Logia-type devil fruit that allows him to create, control, and transform his body into plant life. Aramaki can generate large quantities of plants to unleash overwhelming large-scale attacks. Additionally, Aramaki plants can rapidly absorb any liquid they touch, which includes dehydrating living creatures after impaling them, leaving them as shriveled husks. It has also been shown that ordinary grass, trees, and flowers grow in his wake on any surface 𝐋𝐢𝐜𝐬𝐞 touches, resulting in him leaving behind a trail of plants wherever he walks. This was shown when Udon, which is known to be a barren and desolate area, was shown with greenery for the first time in many years. This may be a hint that he has awakened his devil fruit. Sengoku is a former Navy Fleet admiral with a reputation for strength, especially among members of the previous pirate generation. His former rank makes him one of the strongest characters in the series, and he ate the Hito no Mi model Daibutsu. This mythical zone devil fruit allows Sengoku to transform into a giant golden Buddha. So far, this devil fruit has no apparent weaknesses. Sengoku is active during Goldie Roger's time, which means he faces several legends. It's hard to believe he does this without awakening along the way. Crocodile ate the Logia devil fruit Sunasuna no Mi, allowing him to become, generate, and manipulate sand. He has mastered his ability to the point of perfection and can turn into sand reflexively if attacked. This became especially obvious after Doflamingo cut his head off while he was distracted. While in a desert area, his powers make him nearly invincible. Crocodile has the ability to create huge sandstorms, make multiple bladed weapons out of sand, and create quicksand. He can also suck all the moisture out of any object, living or non-living, by touching it with his right hand. This ability allows him to utterly destroy his surroundings, killing and macerating any biological substances via dehydration. Crocodile said it himself that he achieved perfection of his devil fruit, meaning he has awakened it. Caesar Clown may not be physically strong, but he possesses a powerful devil fruit. The 𝐋𝐢𝐜𝐞𝐧𝐬𝐞 no Mi is a Logia which allows Caesar to manipulate and transform into gas. The gas is extremely toxic, and with it, Caesar can cause powerful explosions. He can even control oxygen, causing others to suffocate. For all his faults, Caesar is a gifted scientist, and since he created artificial devil fruits, he understands the genetic makeup of the genuine fruit. If anyone can achieve awakening through intelligence and understanding, it's Caesar. Enel may not be the meanest One Piece character, but he's definitely one of the strongest. He eats the Goro no Mi, a Logia devil fruit which allows him to create and transform into lightning at will. He can also use this power to travel as fast as a lightning strike. This devil fruit was considered to be invincible because of the speed and destructive power it provided its user. Enel proved he had mastered his powers during the Spear arc, and he likely grew stronger over the years. Enel was believed to be as strong as an admiral, making awakening a real possibility. Boa Hancock is a former slave and warlord of the sea, now in love with Luffy. All of these things make her one of the series' best side characters. Boa has the power of the Mero no Mi, a paramecia which allows her to petrify individuals who feel lust or love towards her. These petrified individuals can't move, but they can still sustain damage. Additionally, Hancock is the only one who can free them. She can petrify people through ranged and melee attacks, and it pairs perfectly with her beauty. If Doflamingo is capable of awakening, another former warlord should be capable of it as well. The Straw Hats met Brook during the Thriller Bark arc, and it was there they learned his tragic backstory. His former crew died, and he was the sole survivor because he possessed the Yomi no Mi, a paramecia devil fruit which allowed the user to come back to life one time. Since the time skip, Brook has demonstrated a number of different powers which revolve around his soul. He can manifest his soul outside his body, and he can use his soul to reattach his skeletal remains. He can also infuse his soul's raw power into his sword, freezing enemies. Brook may have already awakened his power without even knowing it. Marco is a former pirate who led the first division of the Whitebeard Pirates. He is a tremendous fighter with the powers of the Tori no Mi model Phoenix, a mythical Zoan type of devil fruit. Marco can heal most injuries within seconds, and he can use the Phoenix's blue flames to heal others. It is highly likely that Marco's a user of devil fruit awakening. In his case, it will grant him a better regeneration factor, increased stamina, and a higher level of strength. Blackbeard is one of the 𝐿𝐞𝐬𝐞 of the sea with a bounty of over 3 billion berries. He's an incredibly powerful character and the only one with 2 devil fruit powers. As far as the dark fruit is concerned, it's the only feasible way to explain his ability to steal other devil fruit powers, and such a thing is usually only possible through awakening. Being a 𝐿𝐿𝐞, it makes sense for his devil fruit powers to be awakened. Characters far weaker than him, such as Doflamingo and Katakuri, have awakened their powers. Blackbeard should easily be capable of awakening his. Magellan has eaten the Doku no Mi, a very powerful paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to generate and manipulate poison. His most infamous technique is a 3-headed dragon called the Hydra. The attack is composed of corrosive liquid poison that causes lethal nerve paralysis and melts the victims at the same time. Magellan's ultimate attack is Venom Demon, Hell's Judgment, which appears as a gigantic, skeletal-looking demonic beast, and Magellan has stated that the poison used is powerful enough to destroy Impel Down itself. Not only is the poison more lethal and caustic than Hydra, but it also spreads out from any surface it touches, literally infecting everything, including stone. There's no confirmation in the series, but considering what we know about paramecia awakenings, giving you greater control of the environment, and what we've seen Magellan do, it's possible that he has awakened his devil fruit. Tesoro ate the gold no Mi, which allows him to manipulate gold he has touched at will. He can use this power to create huge fountains of liquid gold, trap his enemies, and infuse gold dust and flakes into other people's bodies, so that he can then slowly transform their skin into gold. He is also able to create gold armor that grants increased power and defense. He can manipulate it to the extent that he can create and pilot a massive golden golem, the size of a skyscraper. Since consuming his devil fruit, he has been able to awaken his powers, furthering the range of his influence over gold and enabling him to use all of the golden grand tesoro that he has touched as a complex sensory network. Through this, he is able to detect attempted break-ins or attacks on the city. When utilizing large gold constructs, he is also capable of unleashing focused light beams or explosive force that have an incredible destructive power. Bullet ate the 𝐋𝐢𝐜𝐞𝐧𝐬𝐞 no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to disassemble inanimate objects and assemble them into anything he wants with his mind. With this power, he can form a large variety of mechanical creations, most notably creating exoskeletons to significantly augment his physical power. Bullet has awakened his devil fruit, allowing him to disassemble objects from a greater range. With his awakening, he can essentially restructure the landscape of entire islands by assembling their features as he sees fit and create and inhabit a colossus whose physical presence is unparalleled. Also known as the Revolutionary, Dragon is the leader of the Revolutionary Army and among the strongest in the world of One Piece. Although his devil fruit powers haven't yet been revealed to the fans, his ability seems to have something to do with wind. If it's not a wind-oriented power, it's certainly a weather manipulation ability. Dragon is an incredibly powerful character whose reputation is enough to match the 𝐿𝐿𝐞𝐽 themselves. It goes without saying that if he does have a devil fruit power, it will be awakened. One Piece introduced the concept of awakening in the Impel Down arc. The Jailer Beasts are zone users who have fully mastered their abilities. 5 of them are Minotaurus, Minorhinoceros, Minicola, Monazabra, and Minichihuahua. Awakened Zoans are known for their extreme resilience and great stamina. Crocodile is the one who knows about their awakening ever since he explained the concept to Luffy and company.